Hey guys, thank you so much for hopping on. It is May 13th of the year of like, you don't even know what to call it year. And this is Team Shine's, what we call a coach sneak peek. So we're gonna give you a glimpse tonight into what we do as Beachbody coaches. So thank you so much for giving us your time. So anyway, I would say your time is precious, but we're all home, so we've kind of all got, I'm just kidding. Anyway, okay, I wanna tell you a little bit about me and my story and what brought me into Beachbody coaching. So my entire adult life, I dealt with anxiety and depression, and with that came a lot of insecurity. I was a people pleaser, always worrier, overthinker, and all these things, which, then like kind of doesn't help the anxiety and the depression. I would have like peaks and valleys. I was just thinking about this today, so I always get really emotional when I talk about my story. So about 8.5 years ago now, I had, oh my gosh, it was 8 years ago, like now. I had pretty much hit rock bottom. I had just gone into this fog, and I was like, sorry, I'm also trying to, oh my gosh, sorry, people are still trying to come in. This is so, thank you, Zoom. Okay, I had hit rock bottom. I was just, I don't even know how to describe it. I was just like in this fog. Like I went through days, and I would look back on the day, I'm like, what'd I do? I wasn't present as a wife. I wasn't present as a mom. I was heavily self-medicating, and it continued. And I was like, how long did I let that happen? And then one morning I woke up, and he put the note on the floor. It was like, so I could walk and almost step on it. And basically my husband kicked me out of the house and told me I needed to get help. So sorry, I gotta mute people too. Can you guys make sure you're on mute? Anyway, sorry. I didn't know, like, I just moved to Texas, so I didn't really know a lot of people, but I did have a friend that lived about 5 hours away, and I texted her and I asked her if I could come stay with her. So I had a place to go. So back up about 2 weeks before that, I was just scrolling social media like none of us ever do, mindlessly, and I saw a post about what we call a challenge group. So someone had posted about, oh, we're gonna do these Beachbody workouts, and we're gonna drink this shake, and we're going to be held accountable to each other. And probably like without even thinking, I was just like, okay. So I got my first program, and I got my first bag of Shakeology. And by the grace of God, I tell you, that is why he put that in my car. I couldn't tell you, I don't even remember like if I packed like one shirt or 30. I just remember like throwing stuff in a bag, but I brought my shake, I brought my workouts. So when I got to my friend's house, she helped me find a place, and I went to an outpatient treatment center where they diagnosed me bipolar the minute I walked in the door. So I did that for 5 weeks. Every morning I got up and I pressed my alarm for 5. I got up and I pressed play, and I drank my shake. So I talk about, I pressed play, I drank my shake, I went to therapy, I went to treatment, boom, boom, boom. And I did that for 5 weeks. So I had a physical transformation. I had a nutritional transformation, as silly as that sounds, because I was like, well, what is this doing to my body? And I had more of a mental transformation. And I came out of there and I was like, I felt free. I said, I had confidence. And I joke, who gets diagnosed bipolar and has confidence? Me. It was like this veil was just lifted off my body. And I was like, I get to be me, and this is awesome. And I am crazy, and it is certified, so I don't care. And I fell in love with Beachbody. And I know, I love it, you guys. I get so emotional. And I came home, and I had a lot of work to do. I still to this day see a psychiatrist every 3 months. I monitor my medication. I'm very, very diligent. I know how to handle things so much better, but I fell in love with coaching, and I fell in love with this, and I found a passion. So I ran to my coach, and I was like, I want to do what you do. And it's always a joke, because I bet someone on here invited you 37 times before you said yes, and you probably said yes to shut them up, where I went to her and I said, I want to do what you do. And that was 8 years ago in August, and I have not looked back. So yes, I get very, very excited about it. I'm sorry, but I just feel like this is what it saved me. It saved me, it saved my marriage. God put this in my life at the exact time I needed it. So that's my story. So I'm gonna pass it along, and we're gonna have Kim share a little bit about her story, and especially during this time, kind of through the pandemic. So Kim, it's off to you.
Hello, so I'm Kim. I've been with Beachbody since October of 2019, And I was one of those people who signed up with no intention of using Beachbody on demand. I had no intention of building a business. I basically just wanted a discount on my Shakeology. That was it. So I signed up, I started drinking my shakes. After a few weeks, I realized that I loved my shakes and I wanted to share it with others. So I thought, well, I could share this with some people and maybe make a little bit of extra cash to pay for my shakes each month. But it really wasn't going to be more than that because I was crazy busy. My life before all of this stuff hit was insane. I worked a full-time job that I absolutely hated. I had a boss that I basically fought with all the time, who talked down to me all the time, who really only had anything to do with me if she wanted to complain about something. But I did it. I stuck with it because it paid my bills. I was good at it and it let me stay home with my kids. And that was kind of the most important thing. I needed to be there with them because they always needed something. So with the kids, I was running to school events, sports, therapy appointments, medical appointments, all of that stuff. So they kept me busy. I also had way too much on my plate. There was no way I could take on anything else because I had way too much going on that I needed to get rid of anyway. And then I was still driving myself to the gym every day for, an hour or two to get my workout in. So I had no time for anything, but I started co-coaching some challenge groups with my coach, and it was fun. It was something that I enjoyed doing it. I started slowly building my business, but it was really just kind of like a hobby for me. And then all of this chaos hit. And I remember it was March 18th. I had worked that day and then I decided to go for a run because my gym was closed. So I was running and I got about a half a mile in and I got a phone call. It was the CEO of my company along with my boss, who I didn't like. And I remember the first thing they were laughing at me because they're like, "Why are you running? Why would you do that? That's stupid." And I'm just like, "You guys don't get it." And during that phone call, they let me know, they're like, "Okay, well, your position has been eliminated. You no longer have a job." I had been there for 17 years, so I knew nothing else. I was pretty much shocked. And of course, my first instinct was to call my coach because my coach and my team, they're not just there for health and fitness. They're the ones who get me through life. So I talked to her while I was out walking because at this point I wasn't running anymore. I talked to her for a long time, and I just remember her saying, "It's going to be okay. You hated that job. This was not a bad thing. I'm going to be with you. I'm not going to leave you, and we're going to get through it together." So I put all my trust in her, and we sat down the next day and we came up with a plan. And she basically is like, "Hey, I want you to give this 30 days. I want you to coach full time, like it's your full time job. And I just want you to give it 30 days to see what you can do." So I was like, "Okay, fine, I'll do it." I took a week to kind of process what happened to me because I was in shock and it was hard and I was struggling. So I did that for about a week, and then I just asked God for a sign. I'm like, "Okay, if this is what I'm supposed to be doing, I need you to let me know." But I kept going, kept doing my thing. And then I think it was a few days after that, she and I were talking after our national wake-up call, which is our company's weekly business call where they do recognition and announcements, and then someone usually speaks about a topic. It's really good. But we were talking that afternoon. And I think that's when I had my aha moment. Something just clicked, and I'm like, "Okay, well, I'm sitting here waiting for a sign, and I have everything I need right in front of my face. I have this company that promotes health and fitness and wants me to be a better person. I've got this team that is there to support me with everything I need, and I have the ability to share my story, which will help other people." So at that moment, I basically just poured my heart into my business. I invited friends. I put together the coolest challenge group I have ever put together. And it was an awesome week. They were telling me stories about how they were losing weight and they were losing inches and they were eating healthy. And one of them, I remember her telling me, she's like, "I haven't worked out in forever and I'm loving this. This is amazing. Thank you for doing this." And I just remember, my coach always told me how cool it was when people shared their victories. And here I was experiencing that for the first time. And I realized how cool that really was. so I just kept going, and I started my first program because, my coach is a fitness instructor and I've always worked out with her. So I started a program and I finished it. I did 21 Day Fix, and I did it with an accountability group, and we had such a good time. I fell in love with the program. I've started another program that I'm working through, and it's just been a really good thing. During that next, I don't know, week and a half, I added 5 coaches and some more customers to my team. I started growing. I promoted myself to diamond, which honestly, my coach gave me that goal back in January, and I kind of was like, yeah, whatever. But I proved that I could do it. And the cool thing is that I was making real money for my family doing something that I actually enjoyed. I wasn't just sitting at my computer calling people and dreading every moment. I was doing something where I was helping people. I wasn't working a job where I was unappreciated and talked down to all day long. I'm doing something where I am appreciated every day and I get rewarded in some way every single day. So, losing that job was actually one of the best things that could have ever happened to me. If I hadn't have lost that job, I never would have had the courage to step away from a toxic situation to do something that was going to make me a better person. And now I have goals. I'm excited about my future. I'm excited about my team. I'm excited about what they're going to do and all of us together. It's just a really, really cool thing. So, Beachbody, it's changed my life in so many ways. It's allowed me to get healthy, of course, but I've gained confidence. I've become a better leader, and I'm earning money while helping myself and helping other people. So it doesn't really get much better than that. So that's pretty much my story. So I'll go ahead and pass it over to Valerie, who's going to chat with you next.
Hey guys, my name is Valerie, and I'll tell you a little bit about myself before I'm going to talk about the myths and misconceptions of being a Beachbody coach, because I'm sure that some of you have some, questions or concerns, and that's perfectly normal. I had them too. But a little bit about me. I'm a wife and mom of 4 kids. My kids are 11, 9, 7, and 5, which is hard for me to kind of wrap my brain around, because when I got started with this, it was when my now 5-year-old was a baby. I was getting ready to go back to work, about 8 months postpartum, and none of my clothes fit because I'd been on maternity leave. I work in the schools, and I had her in December, and then I took the rest of the year off. And I did not want to go back after 8 months, in maternity clothes. And I was of the thought process that taking the time to exercise when you've got that many kids is selfish. I thought you needed to spend all your time with your kids, and by spending 30 minutes to an hour a day, that's selfish. And I even made my husband feel guilty when he worked out, legit, he felt guilty. But I was desperate. So I had been kind of thinking about 21 Day Fix for a while, and this was back in the days really before Beachbody On Demand, when you had to buy a DVD for a program and you were stuck with that program. But I was like, oh gosh, 21 Day Fix, that sounds too extreme, having to eat food from these little containers. And I thought I was going to die, but I was desperate. So I jumped in and did it. And I was shocked that 30 minutes was nothing and 30 minutes was fun. And you can fit so much food into those containers. And I wasn't deprived. And so I just noticed what a big difference clean eating and health and fitness and just pouring those 30 minutes into myself each morning made for me, with how I felt about myself, my confidence, my mood, my mindset, just my overall self-esteem, everything. And people started to notice. They not only noticed that I was losing weight, but they noticed just a change in me and my personality and how I was carrying myself. And they asked me what I was doing, and I told them. And I decided, instead of referring them to my coach, who was great and I knew they could help them, I wanted to be the one to help them. Not that I even really wanted to make money, but I enjoy helping people. So I wanted to be the one to help them. So that's kind of how I got started. And I've been a coach for a long time now, since I said it started when my now 5-year-old was just about 8 months old. But I just wanted to help other people like me, busy moms who felt, and this is how I felt frumpy and dumpy and overweight. And I thought that's just how things are when you're a mom of 4 kids. And I wanted to help other people know, like, that's not how it has to be. Okay, so jumping into that with some of the myths and misconceptions. The first one is that you have to look a certain way, be at your ideal weight or something like that to be on to be a Beachbody coach. And that's not the case. So I lost 35 to 40-ish pounds altogether. And when I started as a coach, I'd only lost about 15 pounds. And now with this lovely quarantine, I've gained a bit of it back. And it's time to take some more off. But you know what? We are people. We are not perfect. So it's okay to embrace those setbacks and share those. And honestly, that's what inspires people. You know, they are not inspired by perfection. And sometimes I think you're kind of at an advantage when you're starting your journey because people can watch that journey. Whereas if you're already at your ideal weight, you know, if you're meeting someone for the first time, they have no clue that you've lost a lot of weight unless you share, you know, your story with them. So it can really be an advantage to not be at your ideal weight sometimes. But you don't have to have a certain look. And, you know, some of us think, you know, we're all women. Well, we're not all women. There are some guys here. You know, we've got our team dad. But I love to people watch. And if you ever go to like Summit or, you know, one of our super weekend events, you'll see people look all different. You know, there's the people with the colored hair and the tattoos, and there's the people that, you know, you could tell they were cheerleaders in a former life. And there's the people that are, you know, more, you know, mature empty nester coaches, and then the young college coaches. And there's people you can tell they have been on this health and fitness journey for a long freaking time. And then there are people that you can tell are probably just getting started. So we come in all different shapes and sizes and all different looks. So anyone can fit. And I think that's one of the beautiful things about this team too, is that we are all so different and we all bring out the best in each other. And I think that diversity is something that's really beautiful among our team. The next myth or misconception is you have to be a fitness or nutrition expert. And I would say most of us are not. There might be a couple of us on the team that are, but that's the cool thing too. You don't have to be a health and nutrition and fitness expert. We have these awesome programs that health and nutrition and fitness experts have designed for us. So we have to be familiar enough with the programs to help people find the one that's the right one for them. But we don't have to give them, you know, that actual advice. We just have to support them in following the program. And if they ask you for advice that you feel like is outside of your area of expertise, like, it's okay. And you should say, like, go talk to your doctor. Talk to your doctor. Ask your doctor about it. But you really just have to trust the program and help support them and encourage them, motivate them, inspire them, as opposed to being a true health, fitness, nutrition expert. Trying to flip my page here. There we go. The next one is that you have to have a lot of time. And, you know, you've heard some of us talk about our jobs and stuff like that. And again, that's not true. You don't have to have a lot of time. A lot of us work full time. Some of us work part time. Some of us, you know, are full-time stay-at-home moms. But this business you can put as much or as little into it as you want. It's really adaptable. And it's your business. So, you know, you can start with putting in an hour a day, and it doesn't even have to be an hour all at one time. A lot of people do what we call pockets of time, you know, where you might have 15 minutes here and 15 minutes there and 15 minutes there. And you really focus in and use that time for focus work. So you just have to be willing to do the work and then be coachable too. Much like health and fitness, you know, when you're in your program and you're doing your workout and the trainer says to do burpees, you're like, I don't want to do burpees, but you got to do burpees because you know they're going to make you stronger, right? You know they're going to benefit from you. You're going to benefit from them. Sometimes your coach is going to tell you to do something and you might not want to do it, but if you want to grow your business, you have to do it because it's what makes you better. You know, we all need coaches. We all need people to kind of push us outside of our comfort zone or else we don't ever improve. The next one, this is probably my favorite one because this was my biggest concern coming into coaching, was that you have to be like an icky salesman and people are going to like see you in the grocery store and turn and go the other way because they don't want to talk to you because you're going to be selling that Beachbody stuff and they don't want that. And again, that can't be further from the truth. And I think that's one thing that I really like about Beachbody that really sets us apart from some other network marketing companies, is that we really work to share our story in an authentic way, share about the things that work, for us in an authentic way that comes from our heart. We don't, just splash stock photos all over social media with, buy this, buy that, but we share our story. We have conversations with people about health and fitness. We build relationships with them. If somebody decides they want to jump in a challenge group with us and get more support, that's great. But if not, that's okay too. It's cool just to build those connections and have those relationships with people. And then when someone does order something from us, that's when the fun really starts. That's when the relationship really starts. It's not like we sell them a program and then just, hey, see ya, you're on your own now, figure this out on your own. Or, use your facial cleanser once a night. We have to help people along. People aren't going to do the programs on their own. People will wash their face or drink their wine or wear their active wear that they buy from other companies on their own, but they don't do Beachbody programs for the long term on their own without that help and accountability that we can provide for them. And that really is the missing piece with why a lot of people aren't successful with health and fitness. And that's one thing, that a service that we can really provide for them. So I really love that. The next myth or misconception is that you have to have a large social media following or know lots of people or be an extrovert. And again, that's not true as well. What you do need to do is you need to connect with people, just people that people that you're already talking to every day. Start conversations, listen. A lot of the times people that are really successful coaches too are more introverts, because us introverts, we are able to establish those deep connections with people. We're able to listen to people. And sometimes reaching out to people over social media is more comfortable for us than reaching out in person. But you just have to have a willingness to share yourself and your story. And it doesn't all have to be health and fitness too. Whatever makes you, whatever your interests are. So, health and fitness, yes, that's one thing, but I like to cook. I'm a mom of 4. I'm into positive psychology. If you're a mom of fur babies, or if you like to travel, or you like camping or the outdoors, whatever it is that makes you, that's the thing to share. Because the other thing is too, sometimes you'll connect with someone first on that level before health and fitness, because the people that need your help the most with health and fitness probably aren't going to always reach out to you with that first. They're going to connect with you about your dogs or your kids. And then they're going to be like, oh, hey, that health and fitness stuff that she does, that's inspiring. Now I want to ask her about that. So just share you. And then the final one is that it's a pyramid scheme. And, network marketing tends to get a bad rap for pyramid schemes. And I would say, yeah, maybe some are pyramid schemes. But when you think about what a pyramid scheme is when there's no actual products, first of all. And, as we all know, Beachbody has lots of products, amazing products. We're constantly coming out with new products, and you probably love them. And that's one reason why you're here. So we do have good products. But also in pyramid schemes, you're paid based on the recruits, the people that you sign up, that you bring in under you, regardless of, what they do or what they don't do. You're paid, for like $1,000 for every new person that you bring in or whatever. And that's not the case with Beachbody. We don't get paid anything for new coaches. Someone will probably talk in a minute here about the compensation plan and the structure and how we do get paid, so they can talk more about that. But also, in pyramid schemes, you never make more than the person above you. And that's not the case with Beachbody either. You can definitely make more than your coach. A lot of coaches do make more than their coach. So again, those are all things that kind of set Beachbody apart. But like all companies, we have an organizational structure. If you think about any business, right? there's, entry level positions, oftentimes salespeople, and then above them, there's some mid managers and then managers above. There is that structure in the organization. And with that structure, with those different roles, people have different tasks and responsibilities, and they're compensated for those tasks and responsibilities. So for example, in Beachbody, when you're just starting out as a coach, all of your money is coming from your own sales and your own commission. But as you start to develop a team, your time is not only spent with supporting your own customers, but you're supporting your coaches underneath you and helping to develop them, and teach them. And so it makes sense that you're compensated somewhat for, what they're doing as well. And we'll talk about that a little bit with something called team cycle bonus, that discusses a little bit about how our team builds money or income. So, the main things, if you're interested in being a Beachbody coach, you just have to love Beachbody. You have to have a desire to help people, add value to people's lives, build relationships with people. And it's okay to want to make money off of it too. A lot of us get into this because we want to help people, but a lot of us do I work as a school psychologist because I like to help people. But guess what? I'm not going to go to my job as a school psychologist if I'm not going to get paid. It takes money, it takes time away from my family and other things that I like to do. So, it's okay to want to get paid as well for what you're doing to help other people. Okay. So I'm going to turn it over to Abby.
Hi, how's it going? So I am super thankful that y'all are here, and I'm really super thankful that my husband just came home, because now my little people can be under adult supervision, because I was just praying that like nothing was going to happen while I was on this call. Okay, so I'm super stoked because I get to talk about money, and not because I am super obsessed with it, but because I think it's fun. And who doesn't love a job where you can earn some money by helping people, like Valerie talked about? So bear with me, because I'm going to give you a PowerPoint presentation, because I tend to get distracted if I'm just staring at people's faces. Not that y'all are beautiful, but bear with me here. So I would love if you could, for me in the chat, tell me, what could you do with an extra $50 a week right now? What would that do for you? For me, I want a pedicure. I want a pedicure so bad I can taste it. My nails are horrid. So throw it up in the chat. I don't know if I can see it exactly. I don't know if I can. Maybe I can. I don't know. So throw up what you would do for an extra $50. How about an extra $200? Oh, there's some stuff coming now. I see. When y'all start participating, I can play. Ooh, Christy's buying wedding stuff. Oh, Kelsey's doing new clothes. Yes. Clothes for the girls. Mani pedis, holla. Hair, yes. We're all going to the salon. Anybody else? Nice. Mani pedis, I love it. All right, ladies, now I want you to think, ladies and gentlemen, I should say, what would you do with an extra $1,000 a week? Pay a car payment, pay a house, pay a couple car payments, pay a house, take your kids on a vacation, new laptop, vacation, pay off some debt. Yep. I love it. I love it. All of this. These are awesome. And I will give you a quick snippet of my story while you guys keep chatting this in. So I'm actually a stay-at-home mom of 2 boys. I have one son, William, who is 9. He was born with some special needs. So I classify myself as a special needs mom, or an extra needs mom, whatever you want to call. He gets a lot of my energy. I also have a 7-year-old son named James, who is a Spitfire and 100% boy. And man, he tests my patience, especially with e-learning. I've been married to my husband, Brian, for almost 15 years. We are high school sweethearts. He is a captain on our local police department. And thank you, Jesus, he is behind the counter, or behind the desk. And so I don't have to worry about him being out on the streets. My life is a lot less stressful because of that. But I started Beachbody very similar to Valerie, in the sense of I just wanted to lose some weight. I knew that I was unhappy, miserable, overweight, depressed. I was on Prozac, still am on Prozac, because I don't know if I can ever come off of it, to be honest with you. But I also knew that I needed to do something different than what I had done before. And I'd actually tried Beachbody, done a 21-day fix video like Valerie had said that she did. But it wasn't until I connected with Christine based on a post that she did. She was a complete and total stranger to me at that time. We had two mutual friends who thankfully I trusted those people because at that point in time I wasn't somebody who would just let, hold on, I'm gonna stop sharing so I can see your faces. I wasn't somebody who would let just anybody come into my Facebook world. That's just where we were closed off. We didn't let anybody into our life. So this random chick posted this post about not being in her Bible, not eating very well, having too many margaritas, just being really negative and not happy with where she was at. But she had a plan of what she was going to go do. And to me, I was like, that's awesome. Like she knows what to go do. And I didn't know what to go do. And so I just liked it. And then she reached out to me. We had a conversation, and the next day she's on the phone with me. I remember driving to Indianapolis on my phone with my son. It was pouring down rain. We were going to therapy, one of the 8,000 trips to therapy. And I just remember her saying, so tell me how you feel now. And then how do you want to feel? And then what are you willing to get there? And I remember being like, I feel so awful in my own skin. And it's a feeling that I'd had probably for the majority of my life, but wasn't really able to like accept it and be okay with it and to draw a line in the sand and say, I'm not going to be in this spot anymore. So long story short, jumped all the way in head first. She was asking me from like day 3 to be a coach. And I think it took a month. I honestly think it took the full, like I had to get some results, which for me was all of 8 pounds. It took 8 pounds for me in my first program to get results, to be like, this stuff is amazeballs and I am all in, because I found a community of people who are amazing and supportive. I found a product that I love, and I straight up didn't care what my husband thought. Like I didn't care. I didn't care what he was going to tell me. Like if it was too expensive, I didn't care. I didn't care at all, because I was happy. I was feeling better. I was sleeping well, and my kids had their mom. So now let's go back to my screen. We'll do some more fun talk about money. Okay, so we talked about all the fun things that we would do with this extra amount of money. What about an extra $12,000 a week? Can anybody even wrap their brain around that? Like for me, it's so hard, but I know that it's possible because I've seen people in this network who can do that. And so I'm going to tell you a little bit about how they've done it. So with Beachbody, there's 4 different ways that we earn. And again, if you guys have questions, please throw them up in the chat. If I can't get to them, I will connect with your coach to get you the answer or the information or whatever you need. But the first way that we earn, which I think is the one that's pretty much self-explanatory, and probably really easy to understand, it's commission. You can do that from your challenge pack bonuses or from any other program. So we can earn anywhere from 25% to 40%. So on your Shakeology, your nutrition programs, performance lines, which, is your supplements, our bars that we have, any of that stuff, you can earn up to 25% to 40%, depending on the level of the cost of it, is what I meant to say. And the best part about all of this is that Thursdays are the best days of the week because we get paid on Thursdays. So every Thursday you wake up and like, boom, paycheck in your back office. So exciting. So that's kind of the simple way of how we can earn money as coaches. This one is going to be a little bit more in depth, and I want you to bear with me. There's a lot of words on here. Don't freak out. But basically how Beachbody works, this is kind of how we earn residual income. So the income that happens while you sleep. We're a binary system, so we have 2 legs. You are at the top. There's somebody else above you, so don't freak out. You're not the top of the entire pyramid. But you have 2 coaches on one leg, you have 1 coach on one leg and another coach on your right leg. If once those 2 coaches are active underneath you, then you've achieved an emerald rank. This is a very easy rank to earn. You sign your spouse up and you sign your best friend, or you sign your 2 best friends, or you sign your neighbor and your other best friend. It doesn't matter. You just need 2 people to sign up with you, and you've already achieved the first rank in our business. Once that happens, then you're eligible to earn team cycle bonus. each of the products that we have a value attached to them. They're called team value, or I'm sorry, team volume. I want to call it value. Once you remember those 2 legs I was talking about, when you have 200 team volume on one leg and 100 team volume on your other leg, you will earn a cycle bonus. Now, that volume can come from somebody purchasing 2 bags of Shakeology and somebody else doing a challenge pack or a nutrition program. Either way, once you have a total of 300 volume on both legs, you earn a cycle. You see that it says the cycle is $14 for an emerald, $16 for a ruby, and $18 for a diamond. Now, it may not seem like much, but over time, this is where your residual income comes from. You can earn this. You can earn income on team volume of the active coaches that are below you, in addition to their customers and their coaches. So this is how you would earn volume over time. Again, I know it's a little thick. I'm going super fast, but we've got videos and information that can follow up with this and give you more in depth. The next one is called matching bonus. When your coaches, so if you're a ruby rank or above, this is when your coaches start earning a cycle bonus. You earn a snippet. You earn 5% or 10%. So the more you help your coaches earn cycle bonus, the more that you can earn through this matching bonus. So for example, I put an example in there. If your coach has a $90 cycle bonus and you are a diamond coach, you earn $9. Again, not something that's huge over time, but that can add up. This is why we say that this is like the residual. It's a long-term kind of over time, you continue to earn more and more. So as you grow your team, you rank advance, Beachbody pays you for being a really good leader. And the more coaches that you have helping more people, you get compensated for your hard work as a leader underneath them. Okay, the 4th one is the Star Diamond corporate bonus. So this one comes because Beachbody sets aside a portion of our profits for the leaders who have achieved the Star Diamond ranking or above. These start at 2-star diamond, all the way up to 5-star, 10-star, and then 15-star ranks. Once you earn that bonus as a 2-star, once you earn that bonus as a 5-star, you have to hold that rank for 6 weeks in order to earn it. But you can get multiple bonuses. So if you are, say, for example, you're a 10-star diamond coach, you would earn not only the 10-star diamond bonus, but you would also earn the 5-star diamond bonus and the 2-star diamond bonus. And I forgot to look what the last round of bonuses were, but I know that it's been a pretty significant amount. Sorry, I did not mean to stop sharing. Christine, if you know the amount, or like, could you put it in the chat for me? But it can be a significant amount of money. I know the 2-star diamond, which is a bonus that I've received in the past, was anywhere from $700 to $900. And for my family, what that meant was that we got to go take a vacation, and we got to go down to Texas and actually visit Christine and her family and play in their pool and play with Christine's boys. And it was just a really great time for our family, and especially to be able to take my bonus and to do that. So now the bottom line is you are in control of the income you earn with this business by helping people. How do you want the world to be a different place? Or how do you want it to be better? How can you use this Beachbody opportunity to make that happen? And because of legal stuff, I'm just going to pop it up. I'm not going to read it. But AKA, do the work, you get paid for what you do. Okay. So I'm done with my spiel. And I think it's back to you, Christy.
Okay, it is. That was so good. Thank you. Okay, so we don't want to keep everybody on here. I first want to ask if there are any questions, because instead of saying like, how do you join? Because everybody is in a different situation. Some of you are already coaches, but haven't really looked into the business aspect. So that conversation is going to look different than the person that has never like purchased anything Beachbody, and like the girl that I invited on Instagram 30 minutes before, and she's on the Zoom, has no clue. So that conversation is going to be a little bit different. But what I do want to say is that you were invited here for a reason. So someone saw something in you and wanted to share this opportunity with you. So you can take this information, you can, do what you want with it, process it. The person that invited you will be reaching out to you anyways. So there is a particular way to sign up, and I look at it this way. I actually invested in the my son's talking background, sorry. I invested, me starting this business was $0. And the income that, and I'll share my income with anybody who wants to personally message with me because I'm proud of it. And I have no shame because my income is a direct reflection of how many people I've helped. And I know Valerie talked about that and Abby did too. So when people say I want to help people, you bet your ass I want to help people, and I am. I love what I do. So I look at it because what I invested, what your investment is in yourself. So I would have paid the amount of money I did to enroll whether or not I was a coach. It saved my life. So seriously, I started my business for $0. And that's really, really cool. Okay, I do want to say though, for coaches that sign up, there's a lot of really cool things that Beachbody is doing. And again, we can get in detail for this, but this is for new coaches. They've completely changed the game. So I want to let you know, like there's an opportunity, and when you sign up, and dependent on that conversation, some may just want the discount, some may just want to like dip their toe in the water, some may want to just make some extra income, some may want to go balls to the wall. But there are ways, like you can start, if you are coachable and trust your upline, there are going to be things they tell you to do that make no sense. Like team cycle bonus is still confusing to me. But be coachable and trust, and you can start to earn income right away. Because earning that income means you help someone immediately. So if you help, and I won't get into all the details, but there is a certain benchmark. We do not have quotas, but if you hit certain benchmarks when you start your business, you can earn free tickets to our corporate summit that's not happening this year. I want to cry. You can earn a free ticket. You can be part of, this is brand new, they call it a success starter. And again, we'll explain it. You can be part of a pilot coach test group. This is something that's usually reserved for like the top coaches in the network, like everybody on social media knows who they are. And like, oh my gosh, this is for a brand new coach. So whatever program Beachbody has coming out, say Shanti has a new program coming out, you will be part of that test group, and you get to do that program with him in an intimate Facebook group above anybody else. Think about that. So there's girls right now that, I can't even remember that new program coming out. We have a new, it's coming out in the summer. But anyways, it just started. Those girls are like on day 3 and they're like, I can't tell you anything, but I'm in this group, and it's really, really cool. And you kind of have this envy of like, okay, what is that workout? What are they doing? All right, so that's really cool. And then also, like you get an opportunity, you get promo codes right away. You get $10 to give to people that like, hi, join me right now, $10 off. It's just super, super cool that you can start helping people. And then we have a team retreat. So you can also earn trips with Beachbody. Like they give you an opportunity to earn a trip that was also canceled. But our team, and something that's been on my vision board for 3 years and finally happened, you can earn a team retreat with us. Meaning Lincoln and I, not Beachbody, will take you on a trip. And I keep telling people, like last year, I'm like, it's gonna happen. Like, it's not just something we're making up and like dangling a carrot. It happened. And it's the most rewarding, fulfilling thing. We did it. Abby got to go. We went to Cancun. We went to the JW Marriott, and we like spoiled her and this other girl, Elena Rotten, because they worked hard all year to help people, and it was way, way super fun. I love stuff like that. Recognition is huge for me. Ask Abby. I get carried away. I want to celebrate people. I want them just to know how much they are appreciated. And anyways, okay, so that is it. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you don't want to do them here, then you can private, send a message to me, send a message to Abby, whoever brought you in. I just want to thank you for your time. I really appreciate, this is a good turnout, and it makes my heart happy to know that you're willing to take time to listen to what it is that we have to offer. Okay, I'm going to shut up. I'm going to let you go be with your family, and I hope you guys have an amazing evening, and thanks again for coming. All right.